Hey guys, it's Tanika and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So I asked over on my Twitter, Instagram and YouTube if you had any questions for me, and I actually ended up getting quite a few, so thank you to everyone who asked me a question. If you enjoy this Q&A then please give it a thumbs up so I know to do more in the future, and let's just get straight into the video. So first of all, over on Twitter, Gemma asked, when I was little / in high school, what did I want to be when I was older? When I was really young, I can't really remember if I wanted to be anything or what job I wanted to have, but I do remember around about high school age, I really wanted to be on Getaway. I just thought it was so cool that they get to travel to all these places and be on TV. I was like, what a dream job. I actually did end up getting a job as a travel agent a couple years ago now, and I thought it was going to be my dream career, and I hated it. I hated it so much. I think it was mostly because of the boss, but still it was too much, so that career path in the bin. And then she also asked if I have always been a short hair person or did I have long hair in the past. I've never had really long hair. The longest I think is like maybe my shoulders, but for the last I think 4 or 5 years I've had short hair, like pixie short, and I absolutely love it. My hair naturally is super crazy and curly, and it's the kind of hair where if you brush it, it turns really puffy as well. So it was just the best for me to cut it off and not have to deal with that situation anymore. I'll try and find some photos and insert them here of what my hair used to be like in high school. But I remember my mum would always get mad at me and be like, brush your damn hair, because I'd just throw on a headband, put it in a bun and call it a day. And yeah, looking back at photos, I'm like, oh God, that looked terrible. In year 12 though, I did end up cutting it into like a nice concave bob, and I would straighten it every day. So I think, you know, it started to look a bit better then. And then I just saw a lot of girls with pixie cuts and I was like, oh, I love that so much. And I was just like, hey Clinton, I want to cut off my hair. He was just like, okay. So we went to the hairdressers together and I chopped it all off and haven't looked back. And then I also have another question about my hair from Amber, and she asks if I have ever been pressured to change or have I been teased for my hair color. Red hair is just, it's a subject, isn't it? I personally have never dyed my full hair. I did try and put some blonde streaks in at one time, but they just wouldn't take. Like I remember I was at the hairdressers and she's looking at them and it's been like an hour. She's like, oh, like, might have to leave it on a bit longer. Like, it just wasn't really working. So I've just never bothered. I've never felt any pressure to dye my whole entire hair. I did get the occasional comment or two. I remember the best one I ever heard was I got called a walking highlighter. Creative. But yeah, I can't be too offended by it. My family likes to give me shit because out of all 6 kids, I'm the only one with red hair. So even my mum calls me a ringer from time to time, but oh well. The next question from YouTube is from Tessa, and she asks, what is your most used friends quote that you drop in daily conversation? And then she says, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume you're fluent in friends quotes. Well, yes Tessa, you're correct. The thing I love about friends is that whatever situation happens in your day-to-day life, it's like, oh, like that episode of Friends where blah 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 blah. And I feel like that happens a lot. I'm always relating life situations to a Friends episode. But my favorite quote that I've been saying at the moment, and I just feel like I get to use it all the time, is from that episode where Phoebe is writing a book about Monica and Chandler, or Chester and Marsha as she calls them. And then Monica does it back to her and Phoebe's like, I have tasted my own medicine and it is bitter. The next couple of questions are from Melissa, and first of all she asks if I have picked a wedding date yet, and then she also asks if I am still looking for a house. So I'll kind of mix these two together because they go hand in hand. If you didn't know, Clinton and I were wanting to subdivide some property and build a house out there, but unfortunately that's a no-go. So obviously the time isn't right to build a house, so we're going to put that to the side for now. And we're just gonna start doing more fun shit. So Clinton just brought a new boat, so we should be picking that up during the week, and we can take it over to like Morton Island and go tubing and do lots of fun stuff with our friends and family. And then because we're not going to be building a house right away, we have decided that instead we will focus more on the wedding. I still haven't started focusing on the wedding, but I'll get there eventually. I'm thinking a couple of years, maybe. I don't want to be pressured. I just want it to be a fun time planning the wedding, take my time, enjoy, you know. Melissa also asked if I live at home. I don't. I moved out of home probably when I was 18 or 19, and I moved in with Clinton. So he's an only child, and his mum used to go caravanning and holidaying all the time. So it was pretty much just him and I at his house anyway. So we lived there for a couple of years, and then she decided to sell, so we moved out into our own place and we are renting together. Just the two of us. I don't think I'd really want to live with anyone else. I like it how it is. And then she also asks, what do I do for a living besides YouTube? Well, I wish YouTube was my living, but it's not. I work at a cafe as a barista and a manager, and I have done so for many, many moons. I really love making coffee, and I love the people that I work with. It's always a really fun family environment, which I really love. Customers, on the other hand, I could punch them in the face regularly, but you know, let it go. The next question is from Kia Daphne, and she asks, who is your favorite sibling? Well, Kia is one of my sisters, and I know she's asking this because she wants me to say her, but I can't do that because what if my other brothers and sisters are watching? And then on to some YouTube related questions. Kia also asked, who or which beauty influencers influenced me to make a channel? I remember when I first started getting into YouTube and watching videos, Crispy was one of the first beauty YouTubers I ever watched, and I still watch her videos to this day. So once I started to, you know, watch a few of her videos and get to know her, I then found out about Desi and Katie. I think probably these three girls combined influenced me to make my channel. Just seeing them succeed and watching them have so much fun doing it made me really think like, okay, I'm gonna give it a go. Next, Amber asked, who are my favorite YouTubers? All right, are you ready for this list? When it comes to makeup, first of all, I love Desi and Katie. Duh. And then a few Australian YouTubers I love watching are Hannah Schroeder, Nakia Joy, and Crystal Conti. They are all just really down-to-earth people, and I love their content. And then when it comes to pale skin, I love watching The Taylor. And then there is Anna Elaine, who has a very similar skin tone to me, maybe a fraction lighter, but her reviews and all her videos are just so helpful. Some other YouTubers I love are Raw Beauty Christy and Thomas Halbert. They are just so blunt and straightforward. I really like that. And then when it comes to fashion, I absolutely love Katie from Still the Spotlight. She's also Australian, and she does a lot of thrift shopping, which I don't really do, but the way she edits her videos and just her content is amazing. And then just a few other random YouTubers. I love Sarah's Day. She's more of like a healthy lifestyle vlogger kind of channel. Her content is amazing. She has such a positive, vibrant attitude, and it just, I don't know, it puts you in a good mood. And then I also love TJ Jack. So he does vlogs, and they are so good. I will link all these YouTubers' channels down below if you want to check them out, but they are just a few people that I love watching. The next question is, are there any things about YouTube or creators that I wish I could change? So when it comes to content creators on YouTube, I love it when they are real and they are relatable. There are a lot of people who just seem so fake and everything is just so unrealistic. Like, I guess they're the kind of people that I don't watch, but if I could change something, I just wish that they could be themselves. It would just be nice to see that side of them where they're a bit more real and down to earth. But as I said, if I do come across someone like that, I'm not generally interested in watching their videos or their channel because I don't feel like I can get to know them or relate to them that well. So that being said, I hope that you can relate to me and you feel like I'm a real person, because that's what I look for in a YouTube channel. And then from Instagram, Shelly asks, what is your advice for someone thinking about starting a channel? I don't know, am I really even qualified to give advice? Probably the best thing is just find some confidence and just do it. I was so nervous and embarrassed to start my channel. I didn't tell my friends for so long. I didn't want anyone to know. And then I remember I was on Instagram one day on my beauty account and I accidentally commented on one of my friend's photos from my beauty account. And so she found my Instagram, my YouTube, and I was just like, And even though I was so scared, she was so supportive and so happy for me, and she still is to this day. I'm talking about you, Tennille. But if you think it's something that you would enjoy doing, then just do it. And another thing is, I know it's hard to, but try not to compare yourself to others. I know it's a lot easier said than done because I do it too, but sometimes I just need to shake myself out of it and be like, why are you comparing? Once I wake up to myself and realize all the amazing comments that you guys have left on my channel telling me how much you enjoy it, how much you love my content, how much it helps you, it kind of brings me back down to earth, and it's like, oh, what am I worried about? People are loving what I'm doing, so that's all there is. If you want to do it, just do it. There's heaps of help out there for you, YouTube tutorials, everything you need to know. You can find it on the internet. And just be yourself and don't compare yourself to others. Next, Ken from Instagram asked, who is your makeup idol? So when it comes to actual skill and technique, I absolutely dream to be as good as Makeup by Jaun one day. Oh, her makeup looks are just incredible, and I really hope that one day my technique will be as good as hers. I love that she plays with a lot of color as well. It's not just neutral looks. So if I ever need some inspiration or am a little unsure what makeup look I want to try and do, I can go onto her Instagram page, have a scroll, and I'm inspired. And then when it comes to YouTube, obviously it's Katie and Desi. I just love their vibe, you know? They don't attract any drama, they just stay in their lane, they do their own thing, they support each other, they support their friends. I love that both of their channels are just a positive environment, and I feel like they really care about their subscribers, so they're my idols. I've mentioned them a lot in this video. I kind of feel like you're all gonna think I'm a bit crazy obsessed. Next, I was asked, have I ever been to different countries, or where do I want to visit? I have been overseas. I went to the US with my high school when I was in year 8. I did a G'day USA trip. It was really fun, but I feel like now that I'm older, I didn't appreciate where I was or what I was doing at the time, you know? I would love to go back to the US. It is my dream to do a road trip around America, so that is where I would like to go. Clinton and I also went to Thailand when we were around 18. That was our first holiday together, and we had the best time. It was so much fun. I've also been on a few cruises with my friends and family just around the islands. They were a really good time. The next place that Clinton and I want to go is Tasmania. Our 10-year anniversary is coming up this year, so we were thinking of maybe doing a little trip down there. And then for our big holiday, we want to go to Alaska and Canada. So we'll see what happens. Next question is, what are my favorite TV shows, movies, and music? TV show, Friends, duh. I'm also really into Everybody Loves Raymond. I think it is so hilarious. Marie is just, seriously, I don't even know how to describe her, but it's like everything she says, it's like, oh. And then I don't really watch a lot of Netflix, but I have gotten into one show, and that is Shameless, the US version. Oh my god, I think I'm up to season 5, and what an emotional roller coaster that show is. I absolutely love it. As for movies, again, I don't really watch a lot. I really like Disney movies and like kids movies. Up is one of my favorites. Just pulls on the heartstrings, and oh, I love that. I also really love the movie Chicago. You know, those songs just really get me going. And then as for music, my favorite genre is 90s, early 2000s R&B. Oh, they just don't make R&B or hip-hop music like they used to, you know? Although the vibes I was getting from Bruno Mars and Cardi B's remix of Finesse, I want more of that, okay? That is what I need in my ears. And then from Instagram, Just As You Are Cuz asks, what is your favorite makeup brand and why do you like them the most? That's a really hard question. I don't know if I have an overall favorite brand. I might go with a drugstore brand and say Rimmel would have to be one of my favorites. I feel like I own a lot of Rimmel products and I love all of them. They have a lot of products that I repurchase over and over again. They're super affordable and I don't know, they're just always bringing out new releases as well. I think this video is starting to get super long, so this will be the last question. It's from Holly Phillips Beauty and she asks, what is your biggest inspiration? I don't think I've ever thought about this before, actually. I can't really think of like a list of things that inspire me, but there are a lot of things that do, but it kind of just happens when it happens, you know? So like I said before about, you know, thinking of a makeup look, I'll go onto someone's Instagram page and have a look through my feed or my saved images and that will inspire me. Or for example, the other day I went to a cafe and got a coffee and the latte art on it was so beautiful and it inspired me to work harder on my latte art and see what I can create. But in general, in life, I don't know if this is gonna make sense or if this is really an answer, but I think love is inspiring. You know, love for my family, love for my friends, just love for people in my life. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I feel like everyone who is in my life has their own unique stories, their own ups and downs. And you know, when I'm with them and we're laughing and having a good time, that is what I'm all about. That's what means the most to me. I guess those moments kind of inspire me to be a good person, be a better person, and be a happy person. Knowing that people feel loved by me and vice versa, knowing that I'm loved by the people in my life, just really makes me feel good, and that's all I want. I don't know if that really makes sense, but that's what's going on in my brain. Alright, well that is all for today. Thank you to everyone who left me questions. I really appreciate it. I was a little bit nervous to do this because I'm like, is anyone even going to ask me a question? Do they care? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. If you have any other video requests, then please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Bye.